Welcome back to The Hub, ladies and gentlemen. We just heard that panel on financing the green recovery, and it only makes sense now that we talk to some individuals from the green banking sector. I think up first, I'd like to start with Bianca de Bruijn van der Graag. Hello and welcome. Ms. de Bruijn is head of the real estate financing for INGDIBA. Thank you so much for joining us.
For having me.
Well, the BETD is, of course, all about the energy transition. As a bank representative, how do you understand the role of banks and banking within the larger context of the energy transition?
Well, if I look at my own company, ING, we are a global bank. We are active in over 40 countries, and we have billions flowing through our books. And that means that we have a huge opportunity, but also a huge responsibility to try to make an impact for the better. And for us, that's more than just mitigating harm. We try to bring aspects of fighting climate change into our dialogue with clients and also in the financing decisions. And we try to play a role when it comes to financing the change, sharing knowledge, really seeking this active dialogue with the clients, and also using our innovation skills. And for us, being sustainable needs to be part of all the choices that we make as a lender, as a partner, and also through all the services that we offer to our customers.
Thank you very much. I just learned about your Terra approach, and what that does is it tries to steer your loan books in the direction of the 2015 Paris Agreement. Can you explain a little bit about the bank's main goals and its current main sustainability approaches?
Yes, sure. And actually the idea is to try to go well below the Paris Agreement. And what we've done since we started doing this is we started measuring and really steering our loan book. And we financed quite some billions in energy projects, and that goes to wind farms, to solar energy, geothermal power, energy efficiencies in buildings or production lines, electric vehicles, bio-based plastics, or waste or water treatment. And the interesting thing there is that we really search for an active dialogue and really try to work with our clients, and also say our clients that if their sustainability rate improves, the interest on their loan goes down. So that's, I think, a good way to tackle this. And we've also been really clear on what we don't finance. We say no to certain companies or also to certain sectors. Example here is our aim to reduce the exposure to coal power generation. We want to be close to zero in 2025. And we were the first bank to commit to this. And then there is a category that I always call the yes, but category. We screen every transaction and we try to respond to these financing requests with yes, but. And then we talk about the sustainability improvements that the client must make first. And our approach is always to have a dialogue and trying to support clients in improving their environmental and social impact, of course, where possible. And we really believe that this is more effective than excluding clients altogether.
Thank you very much. I've got one more question for you. As buildings and infrastructures are on the side of energy consumers, I'm a little bit curious. Does your bank also invest in green energy generation projects on an international level?
Yes, we do. I don't think we should talk here about examples, but especially if you look at, and then the examples I meant client names, of course, but especially if you look at new energy technologies, we have started a Center of Excellence that looks into three main topics. That is battery storage, carbon capture, utilization and storage, and also hydrogen. And what we want to do there is really to be a knowledge center on these emerging technologies, to look at advisory and also build more client awareness of the possibilities that are there. And that actually is the same that we do in sustainable housing. If it comes to private individuals that own and live a house, I think there is still a long way to go, because many people don't realize what the impact is of living in their house, and also not what they can do to improve it. And there are a lot of things that we can do as a bank, but we can't do it alone. So I think there also the cooperations between banks, also the cooperations with governments is something that is going to help us in the next steps.
Ms. De Bruyn, thank you so very much for joining me today. You've given us a lot to think about in terms of green banking and sustainability. Now I would like to go to a video statement from Maria Netto from the Inter-American Development Bank.
The Latin America and the Caribbean region was hit by COVID crisis with a 7.4% contraction in 2020. To support the region, the Inter-American Development Bank approved a record $21.6 billion in new financing. These measures have not only increased the resiliency and adaptive capacity to the crisis, but also laid the groundwork for a sustainable and climate-smart recovery. At IDB, we are working with the financial markets to help shifting the trillions of private investments to low-carbon and climate-resilient pathways as part of COVID-19 recovery. In close collaboration with the donor community, including the German government, our green finance strategy has an integral approach. We have been working with over 40 national development financial institutions to develop innovative financial solutions to scale up private investments. We have supported over 30% of the development of the local green and sustainable bond market in the region. We also have been promoting harmonization and the standardization of green financial markets through our Green Bond Transparency platform. Further, we have been developing public-private innovation laboratories to support climate-smart investments and to assist governments to mainstream climatic risks, ESG best practices, and green finance in the local financial systems. Latin America and the Caribbean is poised to lead by example on the climate-smart recovery. IDB has created the networks to bring the major players and demonstrative projects to the table, but we need your support to broaden the coalition of partners to scale up the sustainable recovery in the region. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maria Netto.